Hey everyone, this is Alan from OC Nerf, and I wanted to go ahead and do yet another mod guide for this. I picked this up for about $1 over at the Goodwill store, and it looks to be like a Chuck E. Cheese blaster ball given this guy right here. I don't know if you can see that. That little mouse guy right here. My light. Okay. And it kind of reminds me of the reactor, so what we're going to go ahead and do today is a little page out of Blown on Nerf's book, which is turning this into a dart shooter. The only thing is, what I found interesting and why I picked this up is this piece right here. I think, with some work, I might be able to fit CPVC in there. I thought so, at least, when I picked it up in the store, and then now when I'm putting it together, I see that there's just enough of a gap right in there for CPVC. So, first thing we're going to do, obviously, is crack this open, see what we're dealing with. I've got a few tools here with me, and so we're going to take it from there. Let me grab my screwdriver. Alright, interesting. Here's a number in case you guys were curious. If you guys can see that, that's what this is. Made in China. Okay, alright, mod guide time. Here we go. And with the magic of television, we have now successfully unscrewed this plaster, and this is what we get inside. Interesting, I thought this kind of went back further, but it looks like this is the, I guess you'd call it the plunger tube. A good, what is that, 4 inches, 5 inches or so? This is, yeah, that's pretty well greased. We'll be doing some more of that, but we're going to go ahead and use that. Okay. And what we have is an opening here that looks to be too small. And in testing, yep, it's going to be too small to fit the 1/2 inch by a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and work to get that in there when we're ready to fit this in there. First thing I want to do is cut out these posts here, or these posts here, to see if I can't get a really nice fit for the 1/2 inch CPVC into that. I'm going to put that on there since it's really well greased. And let me grab my cutting tool. And give this a shot. Okay. Just making sure to get all those little pegs out. Nice. Nice and clean hole. There we go. Get it out of the tube. Okay, let's give this a test fit. And, oh, just a little bit too tight. Yep, just a little bit too tight. So, looks like I will be sanding down both ends of this, because I really want to try to keep this in here to cover up the CPVC. I think that would look really nice. It's got a good shape to it. So let's get some filing tools out and see if I can't just do that. Actually, let me see if I can flare it open here. So I can see how much I need to open up this plastic and possibly sand down on the CPVC as well. Oh. Wow, would you look at that? It was just the lip. Huh. Well, that just made my life a whole lot easier. Let's see how it looks in the back. Okay. You know what? This is going to be the easiest thing to mod in the world because that fits perfectly and that just fit perfectly. Amazing. Huh. Okay, well let me go ahead and mark this, and I'm going to go ahead and cut that down. The handy dandy mechanical pencil. Holy crap, this thing is just going to be the easiest thing to mod in the world. So, Chuck E. Cheese blaster. Good job, Chuck E. Cheese. Okay, and pipe cutters. Now if you remember in my last mod guide, I had an issue where the guy who cut this originally at the hardware store didn't cut it exactly flat here at the edge. Let me take a look at the other side. Yeah. Fortunately, I'm not going to care that much since this is going to go into an open back area. So, if it's not that flat, not the worst thing in the world that could happen. So let me go ahead and size this up. There we go. If you've never cut pipe before, these pipe cutters are awesome. I just line it up, twist it, rotate, twist it again until it falls off. Really easy. The other thing I like about this is it comes with a couple of things, just a little bit of a cleaning tool, more importantly this to kind of help flare out the edge. Alright, there we go. Let me test fit a dart in here. What I think I want to do is I want to do a little filing on the inside here and give it a, I guess you could call it a Thunderdome barrel mod, and have it be more more easy to fit a dart in there. Find the right kind of tool for that. I think this will do. Nope, it's flat. Yeah, there we go, rounded one. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to flare this out a lot. On the inside, so that it can be much easier to fit darts in. That way it'll be faster as well, and that's really the idea here, is a faster loading mechanism. You know, when I went to the store, I really saw this blaster. I kind of went back and forth with it thinking, yeah, I could do that, or I could just go find a reactor whenever the time comes to see one at the thrift store. What really intrigued me, the size of that barrel that they have here. I had this gut feeling that it was just going to be just the right size or very close to it. And that was pretty much spot on. It's got such a nice fit to it. It was like meant for it. Of course, what I'm doing right now is not very necessary for converting this into a dart blaster. It's just specifically trying to make it easier and smoother to feed darts in. There we go. It's going to need a little bit more work. Let me flare it out some more. And if filing down pipes is not your thing, you can always fast forward through this part of the modification guide. So if you look, this is the original sizing of it. And this is what it is now. Much more flared open. Rolled up piece of sandpaper. Fit. That's a bad dart if you can tell how much that's been squeezing. Still slightly easier. I'll work on smoothing that out later. Okay, let's go ahead and fit this in, shall we? Gosh, almost is so tight that it doesn't really need anything else to it. Of course, I'm still going to be putting some sealant on there. So, time to get out my handy dandy epoxy. Squeeze a bit out. Very good. Mix it up. The other thing I forgot. A little fan. Whenever you're working with fumes of any kind, it's always good to have a little fan on. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so what I think I'm going to go ahead and do is probably fit this in through and put this all the way through. Yeah, I could do that. Or I could just put a little bit in there. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll put a little bit in there. Why not? So I'm going to go ahead and rough that up on the inside. Nice area to seal with. And rough up this edge. Yeah, there we go. That'll seal nicely. Okay. Fits in there. And here we go. Now we add some of this. just love the smell of epoxy in the morning. I need a little bit more. Cap's still on. Yeah, I never really thought anything of those reactors, those ball blaster reactors. I see them on Craigslist. I've seen them countless of times in the thrift stores. I never really paid any attention to them until Blono's video, which I'll put a link to here. And you can see what he's done to it. It's pretty amazing. And then I started paying a heck of a lot of attention to it. Unfortunately, since then, I've really found maybe one reactor was in really terrible shape, and then this. So it's funny, you see them a lot, and then you're thinking, oh wow, now I can actually use it. Now I know what I can use it for. And then it's like, never to be found again. Okay, I'm going to clean that up. 1 second. Go. Got a little bit inside there. Not that that's a big deal at all. And I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more to the seal here, just to make sure that we get a nice solid seal. I'm gonna see here. There we go. Solid. Let's get rid of that stinky stuff. Dirty, dirty workbench. Okay, let's see here. So the way this works, let's give it a test. Ooh, good seal. Alright, let's go the other way. Could be better. Let's test it real quick. Make sure I get enough seal here. Pop that dart out. Huh! Yep, that is more than enough seal to pop that dart out. Okay, the other thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to fill up this dead space here. So let me heat up my hot glue. And we're going to go ahead and fill up that space right there. There's a little flex here. I wonder if that'll affect it at all. I think I want to keep a little bit of that flex. Yeah, that seems important. Let me clean this up. If there's anything good, awesome. And that's as flush as I want it to be. Perfect. Okay, hot glue is starting to get hot. That little bulb melts, I know it'll be good to go. Nice. I am really pleased with how easy this was. Not that I expected it to be terribly difficult, but man, I don't even know how much easier it could get. So, if you see one of these Chuck E. Cheese blasters, grab yourself some 1/2" CPVC. cut out those tips, make sure it's clean, stuff it on in there. I don't even know how long that is. Not that measuring here was terribly difficult either. You just draw a line once it's fit exactly the way you want it to be. There we go. Amazing. And if you heard that pop earlier, when I test fired a dart just with my hand, yeah, that was pretty impressive. So, cleaning that out. Great. Okay, looks like my hot glue is about ready. So we're going to kill some of this dead space with some hot glue. There we go. Come on, glue. There we go. We could just use some foam, I suppose. Fill it up much faster than hot glue. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use a piece of foam instead. Just round it out a little bit here. I think that'll be a much better use of this. Let's see what that size is. Well, it's pretty good. Okay, right there. And voila. Yeah, I think that's a good fit. What do you guys think? Just a little bit more trimming, make it nice and clean. Yeah, I think that'll do. Okay, let me reapply some hot glue down there. That's funny. Excellent. And there. There we go. Quick way to get rid of some of that dead space. Nice and clean. Excellent. Good. All right. Okay. Alright, so I let that dry for a little bit. Looks like we're good to go. I'm going to go ahead and turn off my hot glue. Get some grease and grease this thing up using white lithium grease, because you can get a tub of it for not very much. Perfect. And a little bit inside the tube. Okay. Alright. I think that's about it. We're ready to put this back together so it fits into the grooves right here. This fits on top of here. And then we take our screwdriver and we do a little bit of magic and we'll screw it all back together for you. And voila, it's all put back together. See everything just moving out of that way. So let's grab that dart again. Nice twist fit. There we go. And fire. Nice. That has got one heck of a wallop. Let's grab another dart. Let's try pulling it back, see if that changes anything. And here we go. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. Let me see if I can do a little range test demo for you. So hang tight and we'll take this outside. Okay, here we go guys. We're going to do a quick range test of the Chuck E. Cheese blaster. Just past the exit sign of that door is about 40-ish feet. There we go. Alright, if you saw that, it's going about between 40 and 55 feet. Okay, and we're back from the range test. As you saw, it was bouncing, depending on the quality of the dart, I'm sure, and my own ability to hamp it really well. It was bouncing between, I'd say, 40 and 55 feet flat. Pretty respectable ranges, I'd say, for something that I'm sure was never intended to do that. I actually don't know what this was meant to shoot before. I suspect with the way this is set up, might have been some kind of rocket of some sorts. I have no idea. Either way, I think this looks pretty cool. Other than the PVC in the middle here, it looks pretty harmless. And that's the trick. Alright, I'll see you guys in another video.